Hi, my name is Dr. Noelle Lucas from Blue Oasis Pet Hospital, and I'm here to answer some questions that you have about dog dermatology. I have an assistant who's going to ask me some of those questions.
Dr. Lucas, what is dog dermatitis?
So dog dermatitis, itis means inflammation, derm is the skin. So dog dermatitis is simply inflammation and itchiness of the skin.
What is food allergy dermatitis and how is it treated?
So food allergy dermatitis obviously has the word food in it, so it's your pet's natural, unfortunate allergic reaction to food, and it's presenting with itchiness of the skin. So usually we'll see it as recurrent ear infections. It's the number one sign of usually food allergies in a kid. I call it a kid because usually the kids that we see with food allergies are dogs under the age of 1 are typically the ones that we see coming in with recurrent itchiness of their face, ears, sometimes of their just general bodies, but they're diagnosed at a very young age with just persistent itch. That's not related to fleas because that's the other number one itchiness of a dog coming in as a young dog. Having recurrent itch could be flea allergy dermatitis, but if they're on good flea prevention that your veterinarian will usually prescribe for your dog, that's usually ruled out. So food allergy dermatitis is an allergy to food.
Well, what about fleas?
So flea allergy dermatitis, incredibly itchy. So a flea jumps on your dog, sets up, I call it housekeeping. The flea does not want to go anywhere else other than your dog. And they start to take a little blood meal, which is their food, which is biting your dog. Causes a little allergic reaction in the skin, causes intense itch. And typically it's around like the base of their little backs and around their tail area, around their bottom and thighs, inner thighs. It's the most common area we'll see flea allergy dermatitis. Incredibly itchy. Dogs will chew, 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 lick, 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 create red inflamed skin, hot spots. You're going to usually get your dog in here because they really are suffering with flea allergy dermatitis.
And now contact dermatitis.
So contact dermatitis simply means that there's something incredibly irritating to the skin that has become in contact with the skin. So usually we'll see it as like a chemical, and we're not usually just talking about chemicals that are sprayed in the yard because usually those are safe and diluted, or fertilizers and things like that. We're talking about like intense like they got into a bleach solution or some kind of detergent that's in concentrate and it gets against the skin. It causes a red, intense dermal reaction, maybe blistering, incredibly painful to the skin because it's trauma to the skin. That's contact dermatitis.
And are skin conditions transmissible to other dogs and people?
No, your dog's skin condition is their own. The only thing that can be transmissible would be those contagious things on the skin that could pass between different dogs or potentially to our skin. So those would be fleas, dog to dog. Mites can be passed from dog to dog. And even people. There's one particular type of dog mite called a sarcoptic mange mite that can be passed from dog to dog or canine to canine, and also can get on our skin and cause an intense allergic reaction to us. They won't live on us, but they will burrow in our skin and die and cause an allergic reaction with our skin. Fungal diseases, so not Malassezia yeast, which is a really common yeast infection in dog skin, but there is a type of fungal infection that dogs can get that can be transmitted between dog to dog. We can also get ringworm from our dogs, rarely, but it is on the list of sort of transmissible diseases. All those things are diagnosable and curable. So we just have you partner with your veterinarian to make sure we're getting the right diagnosis and maybe treating multiple pets in the household for a single problem that can be passed back to back through parasites, but not just skin condition passed.
The question is, why is my dog so itchy and chewing on their skin? And is that really stressful for dogs?
It's just like us. If we have a really itchy area on our body and it's really like poison ivy, think of how irritating that is for us. Same thing can happen in dogs when they have a very intense allergic problem happening on their skin. Causes them to lose sleep, often can cause you to lose sleep because all they're doing is itching and chewing and scratching and licking. Oftentimes they're making those problems worse with all that licking, chewing, and scratching. We can see some really very intense allergic reactions on the skin. We call them hot spots. The reason they're called hot spots is they're a spot. They're really red. They may have moist, oozing skin or matting. They have odor. They're incredibly infected, and they are very uncomfortable for the dog. So, those are really, really common things that we see. We want you to come in if you're seeing any of those on your dog. Oftentimes these are easily manageable, curable, long-term treatment plans. We can change foods. There's lots of things that we can do to help your dog. So please see your veterinarian if you have an itchy dog. We'd love to help them sleep better at night. Thanks.